now we have the tour to look forward to, which is very, very exciting. As you continue to release new music, though, do you find that you have to rehearse longer for the tours?
Oh, yeah.
Because you have so many songs.
And I have the mind of a goldfish, so that I can't remember anything. And I'm going blind. Not blind.
What do you mean? You are
I can't see.
So how long of a rehearsal process will it be for this tour?
Well, we rehearsed the
Already?
string quartet for 5 days. And they knew the album, but it was rearranged for quartet because it was for octet. They come from the conservatory, the Vienna Conservatory. They're Polish. And they worked together for quite some time, and so that's been exciting to learn how the live show is going to progress. And I must say, I'm having to practice to keep up with them. I'm really having to.
But you never are at a point where I've seen you like, gosh, over 30 times in concert. You're not one of those people that have like a prompter though for lyrics though.
Not
That's something
yet.
you would explore.
I couldn't see.
You couldn't
it.
see them, right?
Yeah, I mean,
you can have them real big.
I've been writing. I write things on my hand.
Yeah.
But it's getting to the point where if you see me bending over the piano, you know I'm trying to look at my hand because I can't see the words from there.
And you still love touring? And
I love it. I love
it's
it.
not a grind?
Well, sometimes there are parts to it that challenge you and can make you a little bit grumpy. But you have to really look at it as playing every night. Wow, what a privilege that people will actually come and see you. They've worked real hard to save the money to buy their ticket, and after 20 years or however long it's been since 91, 92, they've been coming to see me. You think, I want them to feel like I didn't take it casually, because it isn't. It's not a casual experience. It's
a relationship.
It's a relationship. It absolutely is.
And so many people, their lives were changed by your music. Are there artists that have had a similar effect on you? Like this person, I mean, like when I listened to that album, it completely changed my life.
I've been listening to, and I know this might be a yawn, but I've been listening to classical music. And I know you're yawning.
No.
It was, I have to say, having to do this project, and then really finding some amazing things. Eric Satie, just
is it modern classical music?
Yes. Well, turn of the century, so 100 years ago-ish.
That's not that modern.
Well, come on, for classical music, it's
I guess
not that
it
long.
is.
But Eric Satie, Granados, I think people would really relate to them if you're on the fence about classical music. They're Stravinsky. I was just really excited by.
I love opera.
Do you?
I love classical. I love stuff with people singing on it. Because I always like to, like even if I don't know what they're singing, it's like I still like to pretend I can go in front of the mirror and like sing along.
You have to tell me what to listen to. See, I don't know opera.
You don't know opera?
No, I don't. I just don't. You'll have to turn me on.
Okay.
I'm open. I'm open. People have them send me some suggestions, and I'll go do my homework.
With butterflies, she'll go on and fly.
I'll tell you a few quick questions from readers.
Oh dear. Okay.
Let's see here. Well, actually, I want to ask just a fun question.
Yeah.
You've been living in the UK for a while.
So
Sometimes, but you don't have a case of the Madonnas, where you talk with this British accent.
Thank God.
Why?
Doll face.
Why have you been able to? How have you been able to avoid that?
Well, I think my kid busts me, and I can't do a British accent. I'm terrible. I'm awful. I mean, I can do a really trashy version of Tash does impersonations, and I can do an impersonation of Tash doing an impersonation of one of these women, but it's just terrible. But it's really trashy. You see, It's so natural.
Oh yes,
Me puppies, me bum. It's so natural.
they're chavs.
Yes.
Dollenganger says, over the course of your career, you've learned most about the business. You've learned a lot about the business. What advice would you give to others trying to get in the business?
Oh, goodness. You know, one day maybe we should really do a little forum. I know you're a busy guy.
I would love to.
But really
anything Tori Amos wants, Perez will do.
Well, I think we should really go after it and answer some tough questions. And I'll do this with you in the next few months. We'll figure it out and get the questions, because yes, I could give you some advice, but I think this is really a forum. You know, we could talk online with people, but it is complicated. I'd be happy to walk people through the whole thing. But it's a mirage. And from publishing to contracts to 360 deals, I don't believe in them, but they are everywhere.
Well, now nobody will get signed nowadays without them.
Well, I think that should be illegal. I don't see how that's okay. But anyway, it is legal.
Well, I think there's always exceptions. What I find, I love and hate the music industry, but I think what's fascinating is it's almost like the internet, in that it's constantly changing and it's never the same. So one way to get out of a 360 deal where a record label owns everything from publishing to touring is to just make it happen on your own without a label. And then you get a deal, and then you can really, make a favorable deal in your favor.
That's right. That's correct.
Yeah, and it's not that easy to do, but some artists are able to. I mean, it's so crazy. Like, that's almost the new model. The new model is labels will sign you after. I mean, they'll still sign people to those 360 deals, but a lot of people are getting signed now after they make it already. Yeah. Like Bruno Mars made it by writing all these songs for people and being featured on them. Or those rappers, Far East Movement, they had a hit in LA, and then they got signed. Or that girl Dev, it's like all these people are like, they get songs on the radio without a label, and then they get a label deal. It's kind of backwards, or it's interesting.
Yeah, it is. It is a fascinating time. When she's asking for any advice, I think a key is, you have to wake up with yourself in the morning as an artist, and if you start chasing other people's opinions of you, yes, you can get motivated and think, hey, they had a good idea. I'm gonna apply that idea to what I do. But you have to start really allowing yourself to experiment. You've got to give yourself the permission to try things as an artist, because it depends how old you are, but I'm changing all the time. I feel like I'm evolving, and sometimes, especially when you're young, you haven't quite found exactly what your style is or what you're believing in. And it's okay if it changes, because sometimes people want to keep you in that place that they want you in. They like the you that they like. Well, she's gone. She left the building. Now there's somebody else. And I just think that's really important, that you don't restrict yourself until ever.
Well, a lot of people wanted to ask this because she's a friend of mine, so they want to know. And I didn't get a chance to ask last time, but a lot of people, like Dance Cash, wants to know, what do you think of Lady Gaga?
She's great.
A few people asked.
Yeah, she's great.
And what's interesting is, I don't know if you're aware, but when Gaga first started, she was making Tori Amos like music, like very just her and the piano and confessional and not dance oriented, and then it changed, and then that person was gone.
But look what happened.
Yeah,
she found her path, and I think the thing about her that I'm learning is that while she's disciplined, she really has a work ethic, and I think that is key, because there are people that are given opportunities, and then there are people that are given opportunities and then make more opportunities. And she seems to be that type of person. And to have a 20-year career, that is one thing you really have to have, is that commitment. You have to have a commitment. It can't just be a job. I don't see music as a job. You know, it's a privilege. So certain parts of the music business can be a job, but not the music. The music is what is this magic?
It's it's who you are almost, or how you express yourself.
It's life. It's life.
Well, thank you for the music, Tori Amos.
Thank you, Perez.
Casualty.